And yes, we are live. Hello, everyone. Happy to be here with you today for our new members presentation. We're gonna have three, four speakers today, and they just joined the BGA, so we're very happy about that. And we're gonna have the opportunity to learn more about what they're building, games, gaming infrastructure as well. So I think based on the time we have, and because we want to learn more and we want to learn everything about who they are and what they build, I will give the mic to our first speaker, who is Sandro. We had the pleasure to have Sandro from the last Monarchy at our event in Paris 2 weeks ago. It was really great. Who was pitching as well, participating in the pitch session. So pleasure to see you today with us, Sandro. You have the mic, you have the stage. Happy to have you.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, Paris was a really good experience, and and everything that was organized by the Blockchain Game Alliance as well was top level. So thank you for the Paris experience again. I will now start with the screen share. Is it
Yeah, I can see it. You may need just to go full screen and you're good to.
okay?
Yeah. Yes,
Um,
you're good to go.
all right. Once again, thank you BGA for giving me the opportunity to present a unique project to your vibrant audience. Allow me to introduce myself first. I'm Sandro, one of the co-founders of The Last Monarchy. I'm originally from Croatia. I've been living for the past 4 years in the UK. Um, I've been in the crypto space since late 2013. You can consider me an OG in this game. I'm a passionate old school gamer as well, especially for strategy games. And combining this passion and my knowledge in crypto and blockchain, I had the privilege of co-founding the Last Monarchy project a year ago. What is the Last Monarchy? So the Last Monarchy, it's a real strategy game, a Web3 RTS with similarities to classics like Age of Empires, Civilization, Travian, but it's entirely built from scratch. It's a new game. It's 100% focused on history without any fantasy elements in it, and at the moment, that makes us a one-of-a-kind project in the Web3 space. Our first version of the game features three civilizations: the divine China, the great Rome, and the mighty Egypt. We have fully developed all the back end elements, design and in-game elements for the Egyptians as a civilization. And currently, the game with that civilization is in an extended alpha testing mode with over 100 gamers that are providing us on a daily basis feedback. And then our developers are diligently polishing a new version on a weekly basis. The game at the moment is accessible on a browser version and on Android. We are testing some elements on one, some on the other. Um, for the final release, we will be present on browser, Android, and iOS to secure seamless access for all gamers worldwide. We use also artificial intelligence technology to enhance resource management, battle tactics, and interaction with NPCs. Um, Literally expect the unexpectable. Players will have to act and react in situations that are not written down in any tutorial, but also at the same time, they will be able to use the help of the integrated AI as a strategic counsel, asset manager, uh, cast guide, real-time support, and more. Um, who will enjoy playing The Last Monarchy? Our target audience are gamers, traditional ones, and of course, new age Web3 gamers that embraced the passion for strategy games. We are developing a strategy game that is in a niche and is being often overlooked in a blockchain gaming. It holds immense potential, and we are here ready to capture it. While we initially offered three civilizations, in the later stages, we also plan this to expand up to nine. Um, how will traditional players adopt to a completely new environment? Well, let's just say that they will have a passport for the Web3 world. Our roadmap includes plans to implement a smooth transition for traditional gamers from the Web2 to Web3 space. We are leveraging technologies like immutable access passport that facilitate this transition. We have secured some partnerships so far, for example, with Immutable X for their Zkey VM mainnet inclusion, passport integration, and NFT marketplace. There is a grant of 50,000 IMX tokens waiting for us upon achieving some certain milestones, and that grant at the moment is sitting on a value of more than $160,000. We have another partnership with Flovtech, that's a Swiss market maker. They're responsible for our token price stability for the 6 months after the token generation event. There is another big partnership with Sura Gaming from Argentina. They are they're going to test our alpha and our beta version, and there is a partnership for an outreach of a Spanish-speaking community. Let's talk about some numbers. Our core team members has self-funded this project with 250,000 a year ago for the first seed phase. We didn't want to seek for external funding, at least before we develop at least an alpha version of the game, but we managed to achieve even more than that. I will show you now a sneak peek into our NFT collection. We are using next generation graphics, fully utilizing the power of Unreal Engine 5 in all our in-game elements and NFTs as well. All our NFTs has a use case in the game, and they are collectible art as well. As our game is 100% focused on history, all our NFTs follow historical accuracy in their design aspect and use case in the game as well. So those are some monarchs as well. This is our current version of the game. I will just leave a little bit on for you to see how it looks like. We are testing on an Android platform and on a browser version, but mostly focus on the mobile Android one.
So as far as I understood, it's going to be mobile first, right, Sandro?
Yeah, for the test, yeah, for this phase, we are developing on an Android version, and then we will connect all the other platforms with the React Native. So it will be present on browser, Android, and iOS for the final release. This announcement is in less than 3 weeks from now. Our beta version is going to be ready for public testing. So those are some screenshots of how the current version looks like on our end. It's going to be ready for players to join and start playing and building their empires in the last monarchy. So on a multiplayer base, so we're competing against each other, and I literally can't wait. It's less than 3 weeks, and we are really excited about it. Our tokens has a utility as well. They're not launched yet, but they will have a utility in our game for staking, NFT marketplace that's going to be implemented in our game. That's going to be the currency, item minting, DAO voting system, and so on. We are currently in a private sale phase, seeking for strategic partnership, basically based on the preferences of the investor or investors that will join our journey. we can launch our game and token on any blockchain. You can consider us at the moment a blockchain agnostic project. In this phase, this round, we are asking for 450,000, and once funds secured, we can move on with our next phase. That includes preparation for the public sale planned for Q2 this year, a token generation event, the Genesis NFT collection, and a mass public testing of the game. This is a unique opportunity that combines gamify, functional NFTs, and above all, fun gaming experience for all gamers of all ages. Web2 gamers and Web3 gamers, they will all have a chance to become the first emperor of the last monarchy. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and feel free to ask any questions.
Awesome. And obviously, we'll thanks a lot for that. Let me just perfect. Going moving to the next screen. Thanks a lot for the presentation, Sandro. I appreciate it. As I said, it was good to have the pitch as well in Paris 2 weeks ago, and will be lovely as well to see you for our demo day. So it's a little bit different format because we want and we like to be deep into the gameplay according to your projects or a game. We love to see any game mechanics and any things you're working on as well. So it will be lovely to see you for the next weeks as well. And actually with the big news in 3 weeks, as you said. So thanks again for being here with us today, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. I would say, yeah, next we're gonna follow the order. So Adonis, good to see you here. If you're ready, the stage is yours.
Good to see you as well. Sure, let me share my screen. That would be this one. Right. First of all, thank you for having me and thank you for inviting me over. It's a pleasure to be part of BGA. It honestly speaks volumes what you guys are doing, and meeting you in Hamburg, it was absolutely great. Okay, a bit about myself. My name is Adonis, obviously. I'm the co-founder of Renovi. My background is in economics and finance. I finished university with a thesis on the efficiency of markets, of blockchain markets. I'm not an OG like Sandro. I do apologize. I'm since 2017 to this space, right? But I still love the space. We're not building a game here, though. It's probably a service more, but we believe that this service can actually add value to hyper casual games, and there are quite a lot of hyper casual games entering the Web3 space. So that's why we wanted to build our platform and so on. Our platform actually does immersive in-game advertising, and I'm gonna talk to you about what our platform does, show you what we mean by immersive in-game advertising or native ads, in what others are referring to, and then tell you about where we're at. So let's dive right in. So what you see here is a dynamic virtual banner that can adjust in real time as you play any game, right? And that's actually Renovia at work. So what do we mean by that? That game is connected via lightweight SDK, our very own SDK, to our platform, which gives us full access to the specific banner area within the game. And that means we can serve images, videos, and in the near future, even 3D content straight into the game. In a way, you can think of our SDK like a bridge between our platform and the game, right? But at the same time, our platform is incredibly versatile because it can connect to any game on any device. What I would say as well, though, is our platform is quite smart in the sense that it leverages dynamic creatives that utilize game data for precise targeting in order to deliver tailored content to specific audiences. And that's what you can see over here as well, because that's one advertising banner to English speaking, countries, but at the same time, people playing the same game, they can have an advertising in Asia, for example, they could have a different advertising banner being presented to them and a different advertising banner being presented to them in countries like Arabic countries. Moving onwards, What's really cool for the publishers is that they can grant through the platform real-time access to any rights holders or advertising agencies that they're working with in order to foster any brand deals or revenue generation. But also what you can do is they, as publishers, they can tap into our network of trusted partners so they can find new avenues to generate revenues on their games. And just to put into perspective everything that we're talking about and put some numbers into this, on average, gamers on this is on the down low, they play for 7 hours per week. If we are showing them advertisements of about 10 seconds at a time, then it means each gamer could create about 10,000 impressions for us. And for a small game of about 10,000 users, that will mean 100 million impressions. We are charging on a CPM model, so that means we could be generating a revenue of about 30 to 270K for the games per month. And some updates on what we're doing. The platform is actually live in its beta version. We're connecting to more and more programmatic advertisers as we speak, and a wide network of direct advertisers as well. We have connections and partnerships with game launchpads like GGEM or Isotopic and many more. And we're onboarding our very own list of games that we're working with privately as well. One of them is going to be onboarded really soon, so you're probably going to hear some news about it really, really soon. And we're also a trusted Google Cloud partner. Now, looking into the future and what we want to build, obviously, we're Web3 friendly. We know that there's a huge range of games that is coming into the Web3 space, and we would like to help them as well. So looking into new forms of advertisements, like advertisements that reward you simply by looking at the advertisement within the game. And we can do that by rewarding NFTs or tokens straight into the wallets of users simply by watching advertisements for the specific duration. Another thing that we're building right now is the Unreal Engine SDK. We know that Unity is not the beginning or the end of everything. Unreal is also a good game engine as well. And together, by having two SDKs, we can capture a big percentage of the games that are out there. And of course, we're expanding into other forms of advertisement like audio advertisements or notification advertisements. So you can offer more choices to the advertisers, but also we can match our advertisement types to the games that are there out there. Finally, as a summary, just to tell you what Renovi is, it's a single server self-serve platform. It allows for content management and advanced targeting, and publishers always retain control of what is advertised within their game. So I will say it's time to rethink the way you do content management within games. Thank you.
Awesome. Love it. Thanks a lot, Adonis. Let me go back to, perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, as you said, not only it was a pleasure to see you for the first time in Hamburg for the Hamburg Game Fair Games Conference last week, and also to have the opportunity to help you and support you with the product you have already have in mind. And we talk about that a lot of introduction, not only with games you could work with, but also platform. And as you said, new form of advertisement, that's what you want to do. And we have members who are doing that. So we see the connection with other members and with you as well. So looking forward to seeing that for the next weeks and for the next days for your announcement with the game. So thanks a lot for your presentation, and very happy to have you in the BGA for sure.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right, let's go to the next one. I will ask Aaron from Oxia Origin. I don't know if you're ready, but the stage is yours.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks. And I would like to start like Adonis and like everyone on thanking BGA not only for the event but everything that you guys are doing, because we feel less alone building in Web3 but also building a video game. It's not easy combining all the constraints that can happen, and it's finally paying off for all of us. So congrats to all of us, especially for ourselves, I can tell, because we have been working and betting on that for the past 3 years. So it's been a long journey, but we're really glad to have reached those levels of designs, team completion, gaming production. I'll show you everything, especially about our circular and profitable economy. But first, I'll start by introducing myself, which probably with the different equipment shows that I've always been a gamer myself, and it's actually my co-founders and I big gamers, and we have family culture enterprise. So we all started really young at working in family, and we were complementing each other not only on Counter Strike and World of Warcraft, but also in family restaurant. But later on, it's really the crypto that helped us pay our studies, developed a lot of things in 2017. And I'll share my LinkedIn profile on the comments so that you guys can chat with me if you have any more questions or if you have questions for my team. There is an amazing trailer. I'll try to be neutral and not use amazing anymore, but I'm not gonna run it
It
because
is.
it's a
It
bit
is a
long
good
and
trailer. Yeah.
thanks, Slav. Okay, I'll let the congrats or the compliments for others. But I'll let you on YouTube check it out. It's also showing a little bit of our ecosystem. So we started, as I mentioned, 3 years ago with our lore that was developed with Hollywood artists and French artists. We are all based in France, so we really wanted to promote the French talents throughout our ecosystem. So we have 3 planets, 9 factions. Really early, we got the um, community that came together to join our game and to help us produce something that would have never been possible without either a big studio or a lot of money. So luckily, we got 300,000 people on Discord, Twitter, etc. Mostly on Discord, thanks to new referral techniques. And I would love to share the software with you. We have shared it with more than 100 projects previously, and that allows us to bring people together, but also money with our NFT sales. So we sold out in seconds, and we have made $7 million on the NFT, and we were top 5 on OpenSea at launch with a 13K ETH volume, and it was at the time that it was at the peak. So I'm glad that we are back at those levels again. Just to also show you a big partnership that helped us. So we got incubated by Ubisoft, and it's a real love story. We love them, and they helped us on many different aspects. So the talent, the advisory, and the resources. So we were in station have with them, and we are still with BNB, and I'll tell you more about that just after that. I think you guys know the market even better than anyone, but we really like to compare not to competitors but to partners because I think we're all bringing each other to the top, and we like to um, compete with Web2 players more than Web3. So mentioning Illuvium and Star Atlas on the slide, but it just to mention that Origin is developing a full gaming experience that you're going to be able to try this Friday, just before GDC. By the way, we will be at GDC as well. And we want to have the ecosystem rolling out because after the avatars as NFTs, the lens, but also everything that are in the game are NFTs, you'll be able to own the assets, to have more incentives, and to work on different interoperability that will develop on that, and I'll share with you. So really exciting about that because that was my big frustration with World of Warcraft while playing and not selling my avatars at the end of the game. So now it's possible with Origin and many other games. So thanks the other Games Alliance for doing that. But on our end, we really focused on 3 foundations. So our economy, our designs, and the gameplay. And that was possible with our work with IMX for the past 2 years. But since they weren't EVM compatible, it allows us also to open to more blockchain and to make sure that we are EVM compatible and kind of chain agnostic, so that our gamer doesn't care about which blockchain it is, because we have always believed that blockchain should be the background of the technology and shouldn't be what people should go for, unless we are talking about our um, investor persona, because we really have those two persona in our community. The one here for since the beginning that are more investors, and the gamers and the hardcore gamers that we are targeting through our main products. So it's TPS game. It's a third-person shooter. I would love you guys to put your two hands on it because it's a PC game with shooter type features. We have also roguelite, so a survival mode, and different products. So I can put you on the 3D map. It shows our whole ecosystem either through the lens, but also through the partners that we have. We have been having more than 200 for now. So happy to do even more partnership with you guys. And on the right, you can see our headquarter, which are the way we're going to feed also the family that have been working with us for the past 3 years. So in total, we have had more than 120 people coming from many different backgrounds participating in the game, but full time we're more than 15. In one phrase, I would say that Oxygen is an explorer, like Star Citizen, survival Web3 game. Survival for the fan like me of Call of Duty Zombie, it's really like it, but adding a roguelite experience, so you'll see some add on some cards that you'll need to choose. So either increasing charger, increasing life, etc., and make the good decision even also at the beginning of the game, so that you can go further in the game also with your friends, and all of that in a dystopian galaxy like for Destiny. But if we're not comparing to them, we like to also mention our kind of competitive advantages, really Unreal Engine 5.2 that we have always upgraded to the latest version. So the graphics are great. I'll send you also the previous a little campaign we just launched last week for the upcoming private beta on Friday. You can see some images on of the game, but I think the comment has failed to post. But anyway, I'll send it to Flav just after. We also have a lot of secret sauce and elements of surprise that we'll keep for later on the game, because it's never easy to launch a big game and something that has been a lot of work for the past 3 years. I'll just develop more about the procedural tools that we have added. So we have a dungeon that has procedural features. So all the different rooms that have been hand drawn or developed using assets from big studio or using AI are procedurally generated. What it means is that every game that you make and that you play are different, and it's never the same. So you're not going to learn by heart how many zombies are coming in the one way. It's always evolving, but it's going to be also the case for the environment. So our goal was to do that for the dungeons, but also for the monsters. So for the best players in the room, the behavior of the monster are going to evolve every time and adapt to your level. You have different missions as well that we are doing in collaboration with other games and other big names, so that we bring more rewards and more lore interoperability in our game and IP co-development. So that's a little bit more also on the two other products and what really means for us to be a gaming studio at large. That our token also have more utilities than only in one game. So we aim at our 3D maps to include partners that also have interaction with our token. And same for our Oxia headquarters, the HQ. As I mentioned, it's really a game by itself. So it's a strategy game in which you're going to use your lens or the resources that are in your lens, so that you can craft items, you can build different facilities, and make sure that you can craft even better weapons or armor and get better in the game. Or if you're not as good as a gamer, you can use those assets and resell them on this marketplace. So we have planned many utility for the token to embrace and fuel better our ecosystem. I'll be more than happy to take example on all of those things. So as I mentioned, craft in games items are the biggest, upgrade in-game items, speed up the processes, and make sure also you can get in our ecosystem through that. I think for many in you can screenshot that. It's more than a pleasure, but we really want to help out other games in how we acquired and how we made our user acquisition strategy. So by being a free-to-play game, we are like 8 of the 12 most played games, and we aim at bringing the play and earn version to the holders, so the people that are actually caring for earning money. We have had many different partnership with guilds, with platforms, projects, and even quests, so that we are focusing on Web2 users and Web3 users, because we are doing two versions, one on Steam without any blockchain, and one on all the other launchers, so that we focus on Web3. So in the GDC, we're gonna speak really little about blockchain and NFT, so that we don't scare the gamers at first, but we make sure they are actually benefiting from the different features and all the beauty of the technology of blockchain. So this is a little bit more about our go-to-market strategy and the fact that we have copied a little Netflix, so there is no shyness about inspiring from the best, and in order to get to the best level, probably. So we want to shape the game in a way that people expect it like a season. When you're into a TV show so much, you want new seasons to happen, and it's going to roll out with um, 4 different main in items. So anyone in the YouTube, by the way, drop me your wallet or your email, and I'll add you to the private beta on Friday. That you'll see that you have the 3 weapons that are going to be a drop in general. You have the story chapter in one way. You have the different buildings level, etc. And for the other ones, everything evolves, and everyone needs to reach better score and better levels at in the leaderboard. So that's a little bit everything about our go-to-market. That's going to add on other. Also, there will be more more expansion strategy that I can show you now, which is everything that relates to the token and relates to how it's going to be consumed, how we want to roll out thing one after the other, because it's really hard to, for example, do PvP without making sure that matchmaking is working well. And we will do step by step as we roll out in the different timing. So that's a little bit more about our roadmap, our team, and yeah, I'll share the slides so that you can have even my private number. I'll do the other slides, but anyway, I'm glad to present you our childhood dream and our project for I think a lifetime kind of. But and happy to answer any questions in the comments.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Aaron. Obviously, if you have any links to share with me, I can share it to everyone in the comment section as well. So let me know. And definitely happy to have you in the BGA. It wasn't a fight, but we really wanted to have you in the BGA for a long time, because we know the project, we know the team behind as well. You offer the opportunity to actually play the game for a long time as well, which is not the case for some of the gaming in this space as well. So I remember playing that in the Binance event last year during ECC. So real pleasure to have you. We're going to have you at the booth at GDC as well. So it's going to be great. And thanks for being here with us.
Thanks.
All right. Last but not least, Christian, it's a pleasure to have you today. Actually, another story, because I was fortunate enough to visit the studio last year. I remember that happening last year. It was really cool to see what you have in mind in terms of Web3 and games. So pleasure to see you again today, and the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm Christian. I'm the CEO and founder of Stratosphere Games. I have a little bit of a probably different story than some of you guys. I'm really like super old school gamer, a game developer, and a game journalist. I started like many years ago in 2000 exactly. So I'm mainly gaming, and I came to Web3 over the idea of ownership. And yeah, so I want to present to you now a little bit what is our journey, how we basically got from Web 2 mobile games and ended up in Web 3, and we're still cooking. Yeah, and yeah, so Stratosphere Games, the company exists since 2015. We are backed by Riot Games, One Up Ventures, and Skycatcher. So like, we have some really cool investors on board. And yeah, our focus is on groundbreaking cross-platform games. And that was a thing that we are really passionate about, and that's where we're coming from. Yeah, so the key component here is basically building something that is not existing too much in the West. In Asia, there's much more of these companies. We make snacks and all these kind of companies. They are basically going into, they're providing cool experiences on mobile and PC. And this is something that is really key to us. And we already started, and we have already a few games live that are very social, that have a super deep economy focus, procedural content, and UGC elements even. And for us, the new thing, and this is what got us to Web3, is basically the ownership component. That's something that is very dear to my heart as an old MMO player myself, but also creator of MMOs and games like that. I think player ownership is the thing going forward. Yeah, our management, we are all like between 15 and 20, 35 years, even in the case of Deutsche Weidemann in the games industry. So yeah, we are old farts, as I like to say. Overall, we're 65 people with 22 nationalities. We're coming from a really broad background. We have super experienced people from like big studios, but also a lot of people from universities. For us, it's really key to have a good mix of people, getting new talents and old talents together. I think that's just giving us the right energy. And yeah, so like I said at the beginning, was very small, 2015 to 20. We did a lot of work for hire projects. We worked with some people like Wargaming, did prototypes, did a lot of that kind of stuff, but then also to a certain extent became even profitable. And then that was the beginning of the craziness. We got our first investment, and there our journey started to basically turn into have two key components: is providing more than one team. We have now at the moment 3 game teams live, and also besides Web 2, also then venturing into Web3. Released 22 Homeworld mobile together with Gearbox Publishing. You probably know them from Borderlands, which is a live MMO available on iOS and Android. So if you want, please download. Every download counts. On top of that, we last year basically nearly finalized. We're now in the last bits and pieces of the final release, Dawn of Ages, which is a smaller team. It's a very more classical mobile title. Again, MMO, historical background. And then last but not least, this year will be the year of Desolation. Yeah, we got a lot of nominations. Sadly, never won. At one time, we lost against Marvel Snap, which is kind of understandable. That was a big thing. And then also lost against Albion Online, was a Mobile Games Award. Nevertheless, I think it's a great game. We're super proud of what we achieved. It is a very special game also for a Gearbox, because their first mobile title they ever created. And they're having now a second title announced, so it's getting there. But yeah, this was a good and important element for us going forward. And established our technical network framework as well. Dawn of Ages, like I said, has some really cool KPIs. First, we wanted to self-publish, but we ran into the same issues like some people. Beginning of last year, we had a Series A lined up, and even some leads already agreed to everything. And then in 2023 beginning, our Series A was a little bit, let's say, collapsing. Yeah, we decided to go with a publisher. which it's a really good one. Boobit, it's a Polish-based publisher, one of the biggest Polish companies, and we're super happy about the results. The game is on the last pieces on releasing, and we're already profitable with our campaigns and stuff like that. So super happy about that. Last but not least, but this is what we are all here for, I would guess, is Desolation. Desolation is basically the magnus opus of our team. It's the first time that we are not mobile first, we are PC first. The title is a co-op shooter. We call it a Diablo shooter. We found last year a partnership with OpenLoot. I don't know, potentially Open Loot from Big Time. They are our partner for that. So we are directly did some founder sale last year. Also sold out in seconds. We got, again, it was just mainly a test sale of a few skins and stuff. We will have another sale end of this week. So if anyone is interested, happy to join. We have a few thousand players in. The game is, like I said, is doing pretty well. We're super happy about engagement and stuff. Also, this quarter has grown quite a bit. Again, we are learning. For us, it was a really good choice to go with OpenLoot, mainly because these guys know everything about Web3. And for us, Web3 is still kind of new. The base idea that we have is a little bit different to some of these other games. The core will be completely Web 2 and free to play. We have a Steam version being ready in June. So basically, we'll have a base Web 2 version, and then the whole end game is Web 3. We are following more like the likes of Mir 4 and these kind of games. Want to basically merge the best of both worlds. The game itself, it is a co-op game. Again, on YouTube, there's some really cool videos, but the game is progressing quite fast at the moment. Looks even better now. It's very special because like a looter shooter, so it means all the weapons and even to a certain extent the levels, and so they are basically ever changing. We have around 500 weapons already in the game. They will be basically normally findable and craftable in the game without any Web3 component. But then if you want to basically, you have basically the opportunity when the weapon is fully upgraded, there will be we have a ship, and in the ship there will be crafting stations, and there you can basically craft NFTs and then also sell them, and that will also then flow in our tokenomics. Normally we don't do too much around the whole Web3 part in our presentations, because for us, just to be clear, is like gameplay is first. We have a special Web3 presentation for our Web3 investors that we talked with and talked to about that kind of stuff. But for us, like I said, coming from Web2, game first, tokenomics late, because I don't think that most people will reinvent the wheel when it comes to that. It's probably a lot. Other people see it probably differently, but that's how we approach it. Gameplay is a key component for us. Yeah, so the game in the frame, it is like I said, it's a mix of a top-down shooter and a third-person shooter. We use Tactical as a very interesting control scheme that we use. So basically, it will be on a mobile with a twin stick control, and on Windows PC, and then console later, hopefully as well, talking to Xbox and people like that. It can even support a controller. The goal here was, and this is our experience coming from from mobile, is like making the game fun on every platform, because making a normal third-person shooter fun on mobile is super fucking hard. So we choose a perspective, a control scheme that works on all these ones, and also making it easier to play on these and also play with each other. So we have a mobile version running, but like the full mobile testing will be a little bit later. Focus first on the Web3 part, because again, it's the thing that it's the hardest for us because it's the newest for us. And so we first do that. The core game load is fight, explore, extract, upgrade, and deploy. I mean, I don't want to go too much detail into that. And then you have battle suits. They're similar to heroes in League of Legends. And so you have weapons that can be upgraded, transformed. And again, basically the end step is always then making them NFTs. But for normal players, you can play normally with other people. You can just not trade. When you work with Steam, you have to have a pretty crazy Chinese wall. So basically, they are not allowed to know about that stuff. But for us, this is still, we think, still the best approach to getting the most audiences in. Then the home ship. This is basically when you have land sales and stuff like that. In this case, you buy modules, you build basically out your ship. There you can craft, you can manufacture stuff, but you also find missions and stuff like that. This is like a key component. And last but not least, our game is built mostly around dungeon runs and this kind of experience like a Diablo, but we have, and that's what is the first thing that we learned from Web3. People are really mad about the leaderboards and going crazy about winning challenges. So our next update will have a big leaderboard challenge. So basically, it's a seasonal driven leaderboard with game modifiers, and there people can win NFTs. That will be the first time that people win that kind of stuff. And again, the good thing is we know game development in and out. That's what we did for the last 9 years, and so we are slowly basically increasing the size of the game, getting it always very polished, always very high quality, and adding these NFT functionalities in the right approach. That's already it. Like I said, not a lot of. The only other thing, we are currently talking to quite a few cool IPs and think about even IP spin-offs. This is for us super important with a three-man team, 3 teams for us. And that's the thing, it's just not one game. It's always one more game. For us, keeping that kind of stuff flowing is one of the key components of us as a survival. For us, it is really important with such a team and in the current environment that we always keep innovating and having new cool IPs going. And we meet some of these people at GDC as well. And we try to get our next prototype and our next project going soon after. Yeah, because that's the thing when you're long enough in the industry. There's always after the project, it's always before the project. That's how it works. That's already it from me. If you want to reach out, there's my email. Thanks for having me, Fav. Like I said, we are more the Web3 newbies on this end, but we are happy to join. And if you have any questions around game development, this is what we live and breathe and build. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thanks a lot.
No, everyone is actually newbies in the ecosystem. Maybe not Sandro, but everyone else. No, but thank you, Christian. I remember you talking about Web3 even. I think it was actually 2 years ago when I was in Berlin at that time, or maybe a little bit less than that. So very exciting about the gameplay aspect of it, the gaming aspect of it, everything you just show. But you actually mentioned a lot of things based on why you would like to be in Web3 with the ownership lens, but also a lot of things that you are working on. So it will be cool, very cool to see everything.
We will be at the demo on Friday, so we'll show gameplay.
Will you? All right, perfect. All right, cool, awesome. Yeah, so it's actually a very cool thing because we're gonna have our demo day in 2 days, so it's a little bit different. We're gonna play some games, let everyone play games. I would say the speakers and the project will be able to demo their games, so it will be fun. And with NFT and reward, so you might need to check that out in 2 days as well, and join us on live on YouTube, on X, and everything. And the final things I wanted to say, I see a lot of synergies between the projects. You already saw that as well yourself. Remember that I did the introduction in our Telegram group of the BGA. I know, Christian, you may be not used to Telegram yourself, so let me know if you need anything on my side in terms of introduction or anything else, any contact you would like to have. But thanks again. Thanks for all of our speakers today. It was really, really cool to see everything you're doing. And I see you next time, very soon for some of you. So see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Everyone,
Bye,
thanks
guys.
for having us.